Is Terry Francona really the man in Cleveland as a skipper? And should the Browns fire your boy, Kevin Stefanski? Let's have a conversation. It's TMDE Sports. What up, YouTube? What up, Facebook, and all the social media networks? It's TMDE Sports, where we talk about everything that's going on in the sport world and our beloved Cleveland Cavaliers. Hey, we down some people tonight. Hey, congratulations to Chrissy and her being a new grandma. But Aaron Sims is always in the building. Aaron, let them know what's good, baby.
Hey man, it's all good, man. Love you to life. Let's get it. Let's get it. Some quick Cleveland talk going on.
No doubt. Wow, man. Saddens my heart. As you well know, the Cleveland Indians were in the LDS, and they were defeated 5-1 by the fucking Yankees. And man, bro, when I say this shit, a lot of people gonna get pissed off. Terry Francona, man, I know he has such a great history. Is Terry Francona the man, or is he not?
He is, man. He the man, man.
Ahead,
I think these young Guardians, I think they overachievers, man. It was good.
Yeah.
I think they was a year ahead of time. I do think they get a couple bats next year. Francona, man, this was one of his best years to me as a manager. It's just actually his first year where he made it through the whole year. He's always had health problems and everything. I think he's a big part of the team. I love Franco. I love Terry, man.
Woo! Like I said, a lot of people gonna get pissed off when I say this shit, bro. I'm gonna tell you what, man. And I made a bet and I ate good. Terry's cool. I think he got that same thing, that Kevin Stefanski syndrome, bro. It's like when that big time, that big moment comes, he brain farts. I bet somebody at work. I said, yo, I bet you. And I went against him. If they don't start Shane Bieber, they're gonna lose. And what happened? They lost. And I'm watching Terry spit out sunflower seeds the whole fucking game. And Aaron, that shit bothers me, bro. And a lot of people say, okay, well, they only got one run. Okay, I'm gonna make it short and sweet. You can change the complexity of a game. Real talk. You know, we play baseball. Right. You know, Adam Lee, Anvet Senior, we play baseball. Now, and I'll verify with Kim. I was traumatized by my father playing baseball. The third year, I didn't even want to play no more. It's like, to me, Terry broke the will of the Indians by not putting in your ace. Knock him off, dude. Get rid of him. Don't worry about who pitching, who gonna start the next game. You got to finish the job. And he didn't finish the job. Put Bieber in, and you see that sometimes people get defeated. You know what I'm saying? Damn, we down 5, man. Fuck it. I don't want to play no more. You know what I'm saying? But we got a chance. And the energy is, like you said, we big believers, metaphysical of the energy. I believe Terry sucked the life out of the Indians that last game by not putting your ace in and giving your team a chance. And he's done that. I feel like he threw that shit in 2016, dog. It is what it is. What you think, bro? Wow. Real quick.
Well, you make valid points. I just like the man. I think he gets more out of the team than maybe my expectations are low. So I always think he gets the maximum potential out of the team. I do think he made a mistake by not putting his ace in, because you always, when you got them down, man, break their neck.
Exactly.
Put your best player in. But I'm willing to believe he knows a little bit more about baseball than I do.
Me too.
And I always liked him, but yeah, it does. With that question, you make valid points, but I don't think it's big enough to get rid of him. Not just yet. At least one more year, man.
No, I hope they go and get some hitters, man. They need like 2 bats. They get another bat and maybe one more. I think they'll next year. The expectation will be higher, man. I think the fancies were down a little bit. Nobody's really still feeling that Guardian. I keep saying the Indians. I can't help it, bro. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, Mama call them ends, and I call them the gens, Indians. I've been doing it the whole year, and I don't, I probably learn it next year, because being in the playoffs, I said Guardians a little more.
Correct.
Just the fact I didn't even like the merchandising or anything. I liked the Chief.
Yeah, that shit just don't resonate with me, man. It doesn't. But it is what it is. So let's move on. Aaron's hot takes us in the building. Aaron, let them know. Aaron got you that Cavs update. Yo, Aaron, What do you expect the Cavs to do this year? We lost to the Raptors. It is what it is. Give me your perspective right now, brother.
Well, I definitely think they're a playoff team. I look at them more of a 5th or 6th seed. I don't think they'll get into the top 4 in the East this year. I do think they'll be a good and exciting team to watch. I mean, the game yesterday, they fell to the Toronto Raptors 108-105. We lost Darius Garland. He got poked in the eye. Thank God it wasn't a torn retina, but he is dealing with a slight concussion, so I don't even think he'll be playing Friday night and Saturday night. But, Donovan Mitchell looked good. He had 31 points and 9 assists. The big men looked very active. Kevin Love came in. I like the way Karis LeVert looks, passing the ball a lot this year. So, I think it's the Cavs on the upside. In the top 6 finish, I think it's pretty good in the East right now. The East is getting rough.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, man. I wish Bickerstaff, man, he got his work cut out for him. But it's like you said, I want to see that continuity. Did they get enough time with Donovan to get the continuity that the Cavs need to push the envelope, and we can go deeper into the playoffs? It was kind of just like the second half of the season, man. They just fell by the wayside. I still don't understand. We did lose Allen, but I got expectations for him this year, man. I want him to do good. Somebody got to goddamn do good in Cleveland, bro.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Last year they lost 20 games when leading into the fourth quarter. So, I don't think that happens with Donovan Mitchell this year. I think Donovan is a special player. He showed it yesterday. He played big minutes. Even Rubio, he wasn't ready to play, but he came in and he played some minutes. And, Toronto went on a little run when Rubio came in. I think he did the best he could, but I think Rubio's like a month away from being, actual game speed. He was out there limping and everything. So I say give Rubio a rest, let him come back 100%. I don't know, they might have to call some of the boys up from the charge if Darius Garland is out too long, because they still do need a point guard other than Donovan Mitchell.
No doubt. It is what it is. Go Cavs. We love the Cavs, man. Now to the moment of truth. Oh my God. And I did not think it was going to get this bad, bro. I didn't, man. No. Oh, Lord have mercy. Should the Browns fire Kevin Stefanski? And I want you to, when I ask you this, Aaron, I want you to feel how you feel now and how you might feel at the end of the season. Let me know how you feel, bro. Okay.
I feel now, stick with him. And I feel if it keeps going like business as usual, call Sean Payton and just let him know, the job is available. And a couple other, good coaches. I honestly believe that Stefanski should humble himself and let someone else be the offensive coordinator and call the calls. I just think he's one of those problem solvers that always want to be the smartest in the room, and he outsmarts himself and does too much. This is football, man. This is football.
Yeah, he got to get out there. He got to get out there and coach, man. And so let me ask you this, right? Do you think he should be fired now? And I know a lot of people saying that, like, who's going to replace him? Do you think they should continue the season? Because you seen what Carolina did to Matt Rule. He getting $800,000 a month. You see what they do? You feel like they should fire him now?
I say no.
Okay.
I say no. Give him a shot with Watson. Because his real playbook is with Watson. I hate to say it, but I think I said it 2 weeks ago on the show.
Yeah, last week.
He don't have, Jacoby Brissett is Jacoby Brissett. Everybody was excited, when he came out playing, good and, whatever, and we lost to the Jets, and they were saying, what if Jacoby Brissett, has a good record when Watson came in? Everybody calling for Dobbs now, and it's 2 weeks later. You know what I mean? Don't get excited. Don't get excited. I feel like Aaron Rodgers, relax, I think if the Browns can pull out a win against Baltimore, I think it'd be huge, man, because everybody 500, only one team coming out this division. And I think we do have a shot to win the division still, because we still have the best roster. You know what I mean? I just think that, that Grant Delpit thing need to be addressed. I would love to see Bell back there. I believe he'll be more responsible. I loved him in the senior game. He got a big connection with the defensive back coach. Give Bell a shot. I think that's what he made the team for. I was excited for him, and I would love to see him play a little bit and let Delpit play in the nickel in the run situation, first and second down, bring his ass out and go ahead and put in Bell.
Yeah, I was communicating with Bell, man, and he was supposed to come on the show, but he got a little busy. And then I texted him one night, and then he didn't say nothing because I know he was pissed off. So I left it alone. I was like, D, come on, man. He's like, I told him straight up. I'll show you the text. I was like, man, I think you're better than Dell Pick. And he was like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So we hoping and praying. And it's like you said, man, I agree with you, bro. I don't know why he won't relinquish play calling. I don't want it to get to that point where they did what they had to do with Hugh and took it from him, so before it's too late, because if he goes, I'm going to tell you right now, Deshaun is going to be his saving grace. He going to make it through. They're going to give him a pass on what he did with Jacoby. But if he gets out there and Deshaun got 2 weeks, basically he's been gone. He'll be basically gone 13 weeks. Right. Even though it was 11 games because we got that bye week. He won't be. So he's got 2 weeks to get ready for the Texans. And he got to knock the rust off. He got to come out there in them last 6 games. He's got to play to another level to save Stefanski. I think if he doesn't, we might be looking at a coaching change. And I told a couple of cats, I hear stuff, Nick Whistle, 923 The Fan, and they feel like there's no continuity if we fire him too quickly. How do you feel about that? You think if we did fire him, you think that would be something bad? Or if, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but sometimes change is necessary. How do you feel about that? Do you think that should happen?
No, I don't think it's too quick because, you went from rookie of the year to almost one of the worst coaches in the league for the last 2 years. You went from coach of the year to almost worse. So that tells me that people understand your game plan. They see what you're doing. You're not fooling anybody, trying to be the smartest man in the room. Last year with Baker Mayfield, I always said, they're the only team in the NFL that still use 3 tight end sets. We always said, why doesn't he put the T formation, with Chubb and Hunt?
He's still not doing that.
It's not like, but he has that with some of the. You remember in at training camp, he has plays like that with Watson because they do options with those 3. You know what I mean?
So you saying that the goods is really gonna come out when Watson? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's where the goods is really gonna be shown. But why do you not have Kareem Hunt in the slot when he can catch, when he can block, when he can run routes, when you don't have good slot receivers? Why does Chubb not get the ball 20 times a game? He leads every category in rushing in football right now.
Correct.
And they bullshitting. They halfway giving the ball to me. Because if it was up to me, it's Nick Chubb to the left, Nick Chubb to the right. I'm 5 yards in a cloud of dust, but I bet you in third down we got the first down. That's all I'm saying. I do like Paul Brown. You remember when Vince Lombardi said Paul Brown don't know how to coach football, and the way Cleveland Browns playing real football because they passed the ball. So Paul Brown with the whole game with nothing but run plays, and they beat the Green Bay Packers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you love that. I know you love reiterating that, don't you?
I sure do, because I don't like Lombardi. I'm mad they call the trophy the Lombardi Trophy. I think it should be the Paul Brown Trophy myself.
Ooh, there go another one we might have to. And brother, hey, well, I got you, man. Well, I got you. When you was talking, man. Yeah. Let them know, man, what you want, what your plan. You don't do it. It's completely up to you.
Man, yes, I want to do it, man. I want to start a campaign
for the
Browns fans to give a tribute to Art Modell, because that is the team that we loved. I think we was hurt at the time because he took his team away from our city. You know what I mean? And we got to keep the name. He didn't steal our name, but he took his franchise because the man was going broke. He was 6 weeks away from bankruptcy, and he was promised that he would get the stadium redone if he just be quiet about the Gateway project. They took the Indians away from him. It's not that much wealth in Cleveland, man. If you got 60, if you selling 60 press box tickets and they take the Indians, and now you selling 20, that's over half of your revenue, man.
So this is a blue collar town.
Right. People really gotta understand what we did was egregious. I can understand being mad and, you know, and stuff like that, but we burned this man in effigy. You know, I believe we kept him out of the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame was afraid to do it, thinking Clevelanders would go mad down there. And I think the man deserves his just due. He is a Hall of Fame owner. And, you know, sadly enough, the team we had, the next year, the first draft pick was who? It was Ray Lewis. Who was our coach when he left? Bill Belichick. Who was the GM? Ozzie Newsome. How long did it take him to get a Super Bowl? 2 years.
Yes.
I'm just saying, us as Cleveland fans, you know, if we want to reverse the curse, maybe sometime we gotta right or wrong. You know?
Yeah.
You know, this man deserves more respect because the teams that we love are the teams that he put on the field.
Yeah, he put them cardiac kids out there, man. He you know, bro, you know, honestly, man, I have been thinking about that, man. I just don't know how the response, because, you know, when I showed you, man, they was pissing on his grave, man. Disrespectful ass shit. Like, damn, you know, come on, man. We all adults, bro. Why you feel like you got to go all the way out to the man's grave and defecate and piss on the man's grave?
That's why we got to do better, man. We got to do better as Browns fans, man. This man's been dead a decade. His wife's not living. His son's not even living. I mean, nobody who was part of that family that we watched those teams growing up is alive. I mean, you know, right is right. You know what I mean? I'm just saying maybe it's time to right or wrong, reverse this curse, man, because I don't know what it is, and I didn't believe in the clown factor to this year. They actually, to me, had one of the best rosters in football, and I can't explain why they can't win. I really can't. I mean, I know Grant Delper's messing up big time, and, you know, I know that there's some crazy calls and stuff like that, but why it gotta be us, man? You know, we the best fans in the world. Like, we show up no matter what, and we always have showed up no matter what, and it gotta be us. It got to be us because the only common denominator is us. You know what I mean? And I know, you know, I always say we got PTSD. We manifest bad things because we're waiting on the next bad thing to happen. Well, maybe you waiting on it because you deserve it.
Damn.
Doing that fuck shit. I mean, not trying to be, but, you know, you might deserve it, man. We burning this man in effigy. We calling him all kinds of this and that, and he left in the middle of the night, you know, and then we praise Al Lerner. Do you realize he signed a deal on Al Lerner's plane? Al Lerner was known to be Machiavelli-like. He would do certain moves to get what he want to get, and next thing you know, he the new owner of the Browns, like he was going to be the savior. Shoot, this fool drafted Tim Couch, man. Yeah,
now he gave that. I worked for Lerner for like, what, 2-3 years?
Yeah, I know he was up there.
The whole shit, I was like, damn, that, you know, like with Couch, and then they got Jake Delhomme and all this shit. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Now, I'm going to real talk, and I'm going to give a shout out to Jimmy. I'm going to give a shout out to Jimmy and D, because since they've had this team, they've went out of their way. I know a lot of people got pissed off, you know, he's coming from the Pittsburgh, shit like that. Right. That dude has done what he can and, you know, spent the money. Look how controversial this whole Watson shit is. And he said, fuck it. Him and D, they make it happen. They care. I work for the Learners, man. The Learners didn't give a shit. They care more about them fucking soccer teams than they did the actual team on the field. Then they gave this shit to Holmgren. Holmgren didn't do a goddamn thing here in Cleveland. And I'm sitting there at the stadium at training camp like, what the fuck is, you know, oh my God. You got Colt McCoy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Help me, Jesus.
And you know, they changed the rules for the expansion draft just for Cleveland. They was putting dead people on there and everything. You remember the old expansion draft when they had Carolina Panthers? 2 years later, they was in the Super Bowl. Correct. In the championship 2 years later because they was able to get an adequate roster. Man, the way they had broke it down for Cleveland, it was set up for failure. I mean, our first round draft choice was a lineman from the damn Lions. Correct. That was our first pick in the draft because he was the best player. I'm just saying. They had Reggie White on there, and he had died 6 months before there. You know what I'm saying? From the Packers. They had that draft, I swear, Ohio State. You could have said, give me just a whole team of Ohio State. You would have been better than them. Yeah. You know? It's just debacle after debacle. You know what I mean? Mishap after mishap. And maybe we should do something different. That's all I'm saying. Do something different. You know, stop hating on stuff and maybe try to right your wrong and give this man some homage. because those are the teams you like. Because these monsters done came back. These young kids is like, why you like the Browns? You know? Mm-hmm. And even if they grew up with being a Browns fan, they like, you know, when we gonna get to the good part, like Houdini? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, bro, I mean, you make some valid points, bro. It is what it is, man. We up against it, man. And wow, man, we play the Ravens. Real talk before we finish it out. Can we beat the Ravens on Sunday, Aaron? Can we hang in there? Can we contain Lamar Jackson? Oh, real shout out. I did another article with Barry Strong. Yeah. Y'all gotta check out Sports Nation, Dogs by Nature, Barry Strong. Check out that article, man. I put what the Browns needed to do to try. I said I hope they can try to contain, which is very difficult to do. Contain Lamar, keep him in the pocket, let Lamar beat you, and just blanket Mark Andrews, blanket him. The Browns got a shot. And Aaron, last take, man. How you feel about? Can we beat the Ravens, bro?
Hey, I think we put Jeremiah Russo-Coromaro as a spy, and we can beat him. We need a spy, so that means we need Deion Jones to come in and know his assignments and really be responsible, like he has been the most of his career. I hope we get that guy. I don't know who we're gonna get, but we need two good linebackers. We need one to spy, and we need one to make good reads, and we need Grant Delpit to get the hell out of there on third down.
Hey, bro, that's the same shit I said in the article.
I know you did a good job. Good article. I did read it today when you posted.
Thank the same shit. I appreciate it, yo. All right, we up against it. We love y'all. Hey, we appreciate all the sponsors, man. Shout out to Chrissy. She's a new grandma. Shout out to Pete. Granny, she in the building. Chrissy, we love you. Pete, we love you. JB, holler at you when you get that internet straight. And it is what it is. And go Browns, bitches. And we out.
All right, Pete. See you in a couple weeks, baby.
See.